are you? Today we are taking the next topic. In previous video you already see what is the meaning of the sequence and series. In then we see what is the meaning of progression. So here we take a special type of progression, that is the arithmetic progression. So today video we see how can you define the arithmetic progression or what possess the properties of the arithmetic progression, and we also see how to find its nth term and sum to n term of the AP. Let's see. So here again we review some properties of the arithmetic progression. First is a sequence A1, A2, A3. If we are given a sequence A1, A2, A3 and up to AN is called an arithmetic sequence or an arithmetic progression if is called a arithmetic progression or sequence if condition what an plus 1 equal to an plus b, or generally we are writing an plus 1 minus an is a constant, like second term minus first term, third term minus second term equal to d. So any sequence will show these properties. The difference between two consecutive terms in each case is constant. So such type of sequence is known as arithmetic sequence. Clear? We call A1 as a first term. A1 generally we call A, which is the first term of the AP. First term. And D is the common difference, the constant term D, constant difference, or you can call common difference, also called common difference. Clear? D is known as common difference of the AP. Clear? So let us consider an AP in a standard form, and also we know the standard form of an AP. As you know that a first term is A and common difference is D, then AP can be written as first term A, and you know that second term is first term plus common difference A plus B. Third term, second term plus common difference is A plus 2B, then A plus 3B. So this is the standard or general form of an AP. Also we have nth term of an AP, that we already see in 10th class. An equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. An, or you may call it a Tn. Sometimes we may written as Tn. So nth term of an AP is given by formula A plus n minus 1 D. So these are the some results. Here also we see some property or simple properties of an AP. If a constant is added to each term of an AP, the resulting sequence is also AP. We have also discussed, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 form an AP. If constant is adding to each term of the AP, then the resulting sequence will also add AP. Like here if you add 1, so 1 plus 1, 2. Here also 1, 2 plus 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. So we are adding 1 to each term, then we get a resulting sequence 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is again from an AP. So this is very important property. If each term of an AP is added some constant, then the resulting sequence will also an AP. Similarly, if a constant is subtracted from each term, if we are subtracting some constant from each term of an AP, then resulting sequence is also an AP. Suppose from this you are subtracting 1. So 1 minus 1, 0. 2 minus 1, 1. 3 minus 1, 2. 4 minus 1, 5 minus 1. So this is again an AP. So this is the general property or second property, that if we are subtracting some constant from each term of arithmetic progression, then resulting sequence is also again a arithmetic progression. Similarly, if each term of an AP is multiplied by a constant, if each term of a AP is multiplied by some constant, then again the resulting sequence is an AP. Suppose this AP given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we are multiplying with the 2. Each term is multiplied by the 2. So we want to get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12 like this. So you can check, this is also an AP. 4 minus 4, 2. 6 minus 4, 2. 8 minus 6, 2. 10 minus 8, 12 minus 10. So we can say that when each term of an AP is get multiplied with the constant or some constant, then the new sequence form is also an AP. Similarly, what say last property 4, if each term on AP is divided by a non-zero constant, if each term is divided by some non-zero constant, then resulting sequence is also an AP. Like suppose this is, if you are dividing by 2, each term of this is divided by 2. 2 divided to 1, 4 divided by 2, 6 divided by 2, 3, 8 divided by 2, 4, 10 divided by 5, 12 divided by 2, 6. So when each term of the AP is divided by some constant, then again we get sequence or resulting sequence is also an AP. So these are the some properties of an arithmetic progression. Now you can say we shall also following notation for the arithmetic progression. Here A as the first term, we call A as the first term. D as the common difference, small m as the last term, L we call as a last term. N is the number of terms, small n means number of terms of an AP. How many terms are there? That is be denoted by n. Sn, that is sum of n terms. Sn is sum of n terms of an AP. If we want to find the sum of n term of an AP, then we call Sn. Clear? So we know that An is also sometimes called as Suppose there are n terms, then an is also as a last term, and formula for last term is this: a plus n minus 1 into d. If we know the first term and common difference. And also we see the formula for sum of n terms. We know that sum of n terms 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Or one more formula we have, if you know first term and last term. So this is the formula for finding sum of n terms of an AP. So using these formula, we can solve some problems. Like first problem say, example 4. Example 4, in an AP, if ms term is n, if ms term is n, value of ms term is n, and ns term is n, and ns term is n, where m not equal to n, and also given condition m and n both are defined. Find its pth term. We have to find the pth term. So for such type of problem, we know that we consider let a and d are the first term and common difference of an AP. As generally we are supposing for an AP, first term is A and common difference as D. So one may be right as, so using general formula, using an equal to a plus n minus 1d. Now question what say, if ms term is n, ns term, this is the ns term. So ns term is m. So we can put this equal to m. You should say ns term is m. Means value of this term is m. If ms term, so ms term will be an equal to first term n divided by m into d. And which is, if ns term is n, this is n. So what we get, an term equal to m, an term is n. Then you have to find the pth term. So to find the pth term, we need what? For value of a and value of d. Clear? So if you are subtracting 1 and 2 and simplifying, suppose this is 1 and 2. So 1 minus 2. If we are subtracting second from first, means this minus this. So subtract a plus m minus 1 into d equal to n. This is first. Second, a plus n minus 1 into d equal to m. Clear? So when you are subtracting left side and right side, a minus a, we change the sign, minus minus minus. A cancel with minus a. Here you take d common. If you take d common, then what will be left? M minus 1 minus n minus 1. So if you are taking d as a common, so m minus 1, this is minus n minus minus plus 1. This is d equal to n minus n. So here 1 and minus 1 cancel. So finally we get d equal to n minus n. Here coefficient of d is that m minus n. M minus n. So in numerator, if you are taking minus common, then numerator and denominator are same. Here we are taking minus common, that's why it will be m minus n, both will divide 1. So we get the value of d as minus 1. Now this value of d you can put either in 1 or 2. We may put in 1 or 2. So we put d equal to minus 1 in equation 1. In this one, we put d equal to minus 1 and simplify. A plus m minus 1 minus 1d equal to n. A, now this transfer to this side, minus will convert into plus. So n m minus 1. So this is the value of a. So we get the value of a as and value of d minus 1. So to find the fifth term, it's given by formula fifth term, that is AP equal to a plus p minus 1d. Question says you have to find the fifth term. So fifth term is given by the formula AP equal to a plus p minus. Now you put the value of a and d. D we are getting minus 1, A we are getting n plus m minus 1. So AP equal to n plus m minus 1 plus p minus 1 into minus 1. Now simplify this. N plus m minus 1 plus, this is minus p. Minus minus plus 1. So this cancels out. So finally we get what? It's the fifth term. Hence its fifth term is what? N plus m minus p. So in this way one can calculate the fifth term of an AP if we are given the two conditions. So you may write down this one. Next is also similar to this one. Example 5 say if the sum of n term of an AP is, example 5, if the sum of n term of an AP is, sum of n term of an AP is given by formula small n capital P plus 1 by 2 n into n minus 1 into q, where P and Q are constant, where P and Q are constant, right? Find the common difference. You have to find the common difference. Find the common difference. Yes. So here again you can say that a1, a2, a3 in solution, right? Let a1, a2, a3, an are the terms of an AP whose first term is A and common difference is B, and SN is given. SN is sum of n terms. Question already said if the sum of n term. So in symbol we write sum of n term as SN. Sum of n term of an AP, that is SN, is given by this formula. In general formula, n of P plus 1 by 2 n into n minus 1 Q. This is sum of n term of an AP. Sn is given. Now if you put n equal to 1, we put n equal to 1. N equal to 1 means sum of one term only. S1. S1 means sum of one term. One term means first term. That is A1. Or you can say A. Here we put n equal to 1 on both sides. So what we get? 1 into P, that is P. 1 by 2 into 1 into 1 minus 1, 0. Throughout we substitute n equal to 1. So when we are putting n equal to 1 and solve, 1 into P, P, plus 1 by 2 into n means 1 and 1 minus 1, 0. 0 into Q. So 0 multiplied by any constant, that is 0. So second term reduced to 0. That's P plus 0, that is P. It means we are getting first term A or A1 or S1 is P. Now similarly if you put n equal to 2, n equal to 2 means S2. Here put n equal to 2, that is S2. So S2 means sum of first and second term, two terms. S2 A1 plus A2. So put here 2 into P plus 1 by 2 into n as a 2, 2 minus 1 into P. Now simplify 2P, 2 divide 1, 2 minus 1, 1 into Q, Q. So this is the sum of first two terms. Clear? This is first term, this is sum of. So we can find the second term. So what is the second term? Second term is the sum of two term minus sum of one term. If you subtract A1 plus A2 minus A1, then you get A2. S2 minus S1. Sum of first two term minus sum of one term or minus first term only. So that right side 2P plus Q minus P. That is 3 plus 2. So this is the A2. We get what? The value of A2. So we know the value of A1 and value of A2. Value of A1 is P and value of A2 is P plus Q. Then question says you have to find the common difference. So now easily we can see common difference is second term minus first term. By the definition of the AP, common difference is the difference of the conjugative term. So second term minus first term. So P plus Q minus P. Second term P plus Q. So common difference is of the AP is Q. So for this example, the common difference of the AP is Q. So you may write down this one. The sum of n terms of two APs are in the ratios 3n plus 8, ratio 7n plus 15. Find the ratios of their 12 terms. So here we can suppose first term and their common difference. So in solution write let A1, A2 and D1, D2 are the first terms and common difference of the two APs. So here we are supposing for first AP, first term is A1, common difference D1. For second AP, first term is the A2 and common difference is D2. Now according to the given condition, now condition what is the sum of n term of the two AP means sum of n term of first AP upon sum of n terms of second AP. This is given as 3n plus 8 or 7n plus 15. Clear? Now we use the formula of sum of n term of an AP. So you know that sum of n term is n by 2. 2 into first term. So first term of the first AP is A1 plus n minus 1 common difference of the first AP D1. Similarly, we use the formula of sum of n term for the second AP. So sum of n term of the second AP, we can write again sum of n term. S is again same 2 into A2. Now first term of the second AP, that is A2, and common difference D2. So one may write in this way is equal to 3n plus 8 upon 7n plus 15, which is right. Now here n by 2 and n by 2 in both sides will cancel out. So what we get finally? 2a1 plus n minus 1 d1, 2a2 plus n minus 1 into d2. So this is the equation number 1. This is find from the given. Now what say? Find the ratios of their 12th term. So now we want to find what? 12th term of first AP upon 12th term of second AP. This we want to find. You have to find the ratios of their 12th term. So now the 12th term of this AP we can write by using formula. As you know that an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Now 12th term n replaced by 12. So a is first term for first AP, that is a1 plus 12 minus 1 into d. Second AP first term is a2 plus 12 minus 1 into d, or you can say a1 plus 11d and a2 plus 11 d2. So what we want to find? a1 plus 11 d1 and a2 plus 11 d2. So now you have to compare this. We try to make both equal on the left hand side because we have a value of this one. So if this make equal to this, then we can also get. So see here a1 is multiplied by 2. So if you multiply this whole by 2, numerator and denominator, if we are multiplying by 2, what we get? 2a1 22d1, 2a2 22. Now if we are comparing 1 and 2, comparing 1 and 2. So what we get on the left hand? 2a1 plus d1 have coefficient n minus 1. Here d1 have coefficient 22. Similarly in the denominator, n minus 1 can be replaced by 22. So n minus 1 equal to 20. So we get n equal to 23. So if you put the n equal to 23, we get this one or this one. Both are equivalent. So in this one, you can put the n equal to 23, both sides. So you get the required ratio. So in one, we put n equal to 23. So n equal to 23, left side 2a1 plus 22d1, 2a2 plus 22d2. 3 into 23 plus 8, 7 into 23 plus 15. So this simplify again, get this, and this makes the ratio of the 12 terms. So a dash 12 to a2 dash 12 is equal. Now simplify this right side, you get the answer. 3 into 23 plus 8 and 7 into 23 plus 15. Simplify and cancel out. So that will give you 7 by 16. So required ratio is 7:16. So one can be easily calculate. So first of all, whatever given that you have to write. Then what we need to find, that you have to write. After these two, we compare this one. So make left hand side equal, we multiply this by 2. After multiplying, you compare the numerator and denominator. That gives you n minus 1 equal to 22 and n equal to 23. So in this way, one can find the required ratio is 7:16. So this is all for today's class. Yes, student, to be continue with us for more videos. Thanks for watching this.